As you know, Indonesian language is our mother tongue. We can learn Indonesian language even that not in the school. We can learn at our home and somewhere communication is our friend. Because to learn Indonesian language is very important because when we learn language at school, we learn about grammatical. And we know the other knowledge when we learn English at school, like when we learn Arabic, the main function is to teach us about grammatical, about communication. When we say Indonesian language, Indonesian is an international language. We need almost learn English or Arabic because we can go international. With Indonesian means Indonesia. Then because that we need to listen teaching English language teaching Indonesian language at school. How we could do that? I have a four step that can be used to make that really happen. Firstly, we need to make law under our education government to resume teaching Indonesian. If you make law or ruler that in our education government to resume teaching Indonesian language at school, it will be because the government hired us. The school, each school in Indonesia or another country under their government. So second, this school, each school in another country, or especially Indonesia, we should tell to the teacher, or government should tell to the teacher to make some law that give more language education to the student. Because what? Not Indonesian, but another language like Arabic, English. Because the main function is set to teach the student about grammatical, how to be good in communication. Because without Indonesian, then we understand that. Because given that the another language, the main function is set to teach the student to be good in communication. Without Indonesian language. The second, and the third, we can tell each teacher to explain the matter that it takes to the student with Indonesian language. Because what? When the teacher explains each subject that they teach to the student, except subject English or except subject language, maybe like subject math, physical, to explain to the student with Indonesian language. Because what? When we explain the matter with Indonesian language, the student will automatically learn Indonesian language without a special education. Without we need to teaching Indonesian language especially. Indonesian language can be taught with the teacher explain the matter to the student with Indonesian. Then it can be automatically learned to the teacher about the Indonesian language. The fourth, we should tell to the government to use another language. Fourth, even though we should tell to the government to use the another language, such as English, Arabic, because Indonesian language, like I said before, is our mother tongue. We can learn Indonesian language even that at our home. Maybe when the government should replace the Indonesian language with another language, it doesn't matter. It didn't mean that we can speak Indonesian anymore. We can still speak Indonesia, even we not study in a special subject. Because to learn grammar literature, it can be on English, it can be on Arabic. The main function of language is still same, to teach us how to be good communication in use and each other. To be good in communication, we even though we use Indonesian, Arabic, the main function is same. With that first stage, we believe the reason teaching Indonesian language at school will be. I believe that. And we believe that. Maybe that's all can I say. Thanks for the all attention. Assalamualaikum.
The first speaker of the affirmative team spent around 5 minutes to 9 seconds. Please welcome the first speaker of the negative team.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, honorable educator, and all members of this house. I'm standing here as the first speaker at the negative team, and I would like to give the result from the affirmative team, and I would like to give the point why we asked the negative team to agree with our position today, that is how we start teaching Indonesian language at school. And right at my side is our second speaker will give another idea, and their just speaker will support first and second speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, before I put my point in here, please listen to the rebuttal to an alternative. Ladies and gentlemen, as you remember that alternative always told us that the government should teach us another language like Arabic and English, and then they're already saying that we can learn Indonesian language not only at college, in government. But they are not giving us limitation where that kind of public high school we can start teaching Indonesian language in government. And then we think that everyone today does not really understand what the meaning of Indonesian language in government. And I would like
The first speaker of the negative team spent the time 57 seconds. Please welcome the second speaker of the affirmative team.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Sadi. I am just second speaker from the former team or affirmative team. Before I say all about my opinion, our opinion, I want to reveal what is the opposition team say from the one speaker of opposition team. Speaker one of opposition team say it's not teaching about Indonesian language. We can know about Indonesian culture. Is something different about culture and language. If we want to learn about culture, we must make especially knowledge about Indonesian culture, not from language, Indonesian language. Two, the opposition says we not teach about Indonesian language. We can promote the Indonesian language to international. If we want to promote Indonesian language, it's not must to be teaching about Indonesian language. We just must be a moderate country, and other country must learn Indonesian language, like South Korea. As we know, South Korea is one of many modern countries. People of South Korea is not learn about another language. They believe that other people want to learn their language because theirs is modern country. Now, as we know, language is one of many steps to make a relation with others, and according to language is to make other know what our want. As we know, Indonesian language is mother tongue of Indonesian people, and almost 100 Indonesian people know what is Indonesian language. So, Indonesian language is not the important to make a teaching in the school. So, what we recommend everyone to listen to teach Indonesian language at the school. And how to make the teaching Indonesian language at school? The second speaker believe one step from we say of one speaker from affirmative team. This is I want to give you one of example. It's like Malaysia. Malaysia is used two nation language. This English and Malaya. In the formal activity, they use English language and not teaching about the Malaya language. Why? Because
talk. Firstly, I will feedback for the first speaker from common meetings that tell us we can study Indonesian language at home. So here, if we study Indonesian language at home, so who will teach us at home? So maybe the teacher teach us Indonesian language at school, ladies and gentlemen. And then the first speaker tell us again, we need more learn other language like Arabic and English, ladies and gentlemen. But here, Arabic, but in Indonesian language used to final examination, ladies and gentlemen. In Arabic, we think that do not need to final examination, so we do not need study about Arabic so much like Indonesian language at school, ladies and gentlemen. So if we study English at school, that is so hard. So we think that we will study so hard if we study English. And secondly, the performance education tell us if you want to promote learning Indonesian language, we do not have to learn about Indonesian language. But here, if we don't learn about Indonesian language, how can we promote our language, Indonesian language, to another country, ladies and gentlemen? And again, this is because they tell us almost Indonesian people know about Indonesian language. But here, almost people know about Indonesian language, but just little people in this country, Indonesia, understand about Indonesian language. And now, let's remove to my point. We at negative 10 do not agree consciously is how we design teaching Indonesian language at school. Why? Because Indonesian language we use to final examination. So, if we design teaching Indonesian language at school, how can we face the Indonesian? How can we face the final examination at school, ladies and gentlemen? So, we use Indonesian language at school, like in our country now, much from the people use the Indonesian language, like example in our country, Indonesia, ladies and gentlemen. And Indonesian language is general language in this country, Indonesia. And Indonesian language in Indonesia much difficult use when final examination. So if we design teaching Indonesian language at school, the value is low. The value of Indonesian language at school is low, ladies and gentlemen. And if we design teaching Indonesian language at school, our understanding about Indonesian language will be low, ladies and gentlemen. And much from the people in our school that take it easy about Indonesian language. Why? Because they think Indonesian language is not important in our life. So here, we would like to grow up the teacher to teach children Indonesian language at school, ladies and gentlemen. And the problem if you will design teaching Indonesian language at school, our language Indonesian will be lost. And it will be a new problem like where do we bring our language Indonesian if we design teaching Indonesian language at school, ladies and gentlemen. As my first speaker said, Indonesian language is our pure people. Sorry, it's our pure language, ladies and gentlemen. That is why we, as the negative exam, not believe this motion today is half will resign teaching Indonesian language at school. Because the teacher teach us about Indonesian language at school. So how can we resign teaching Indonesian language at school, ladies and gentlemen? The primitive thing do not tell us or do not mention us how we can resign teaching Indonesian language at school, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a negative thing. We do not agree with this motion today. It is possible to resign teaching Indonesian language at school. Okay, thanks.
The second speaker of the negative team is 20 times 16, 7, 7. Now please welcome the speaker of the affirmative team.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
we can study Indonesian language at school. Because if not by our school, where we can get information about our language, and they say we can get information about our language if we from our home. But how if
didn't teach our student Indonesia language, how to promote? I give you an example. You see, Korea and America, are they teach the student English or Korean language just international? No. They promote their language with another media like music and another thing. That's how they promote their language, not just teach students, but they promote with another medium like music and another thing. And so they say if we didn't learn Indonesian language, the Indonesian will lose. Where, in my space, I say we should not learn Indonesian language. We don't say that. We say we should teach Indonesia at school, not at the country. If at school, how can Indonesian language will be lost? How? We just listen Indonesian language at school, and if you focus in my step that I use to listen teaching Indonesian language, I say in my first step, I say we should tell the teacher to explain each subject at school with Indonesian language, except Indonesian subject. I say like that. You need to see. If you can remember, you can see at the video that we recorded. And you say, and they say, Oxford University, they teach their student English language. That will be better. That is university. We discuss about school, not university. You must understand that. University, if you like Indonesian language, go to study Indonesia at university. They say, we didn't limit our title. See, we just teaching Indonesian language at school. We didn't limit it because it should be all school. Even that the elementary, we need to listen Indonesian teaching. Because what? I give you an example. How you can speak Indonesia? How? Do you go to kindergarten to learn Indonesia? How? It's natural. We can speak Indonesia since we are child. When we are either we go to school, we can speak Indonesia. Because what? We play with our friends and another thing. That's for us to and they say the teacher not to what you call not to focus to Indonesian language. If you see on my step, I have said that the teacher should explain their subject to the student with Indonesian language. That means the teacher did not focus on Indonesian language. He still teach the student Indonesian language, but not the especially subject. You must underline that word. You say the teacher teach Indonesian language with the blowing method. You say like that, but you didn't give us the solution. You didn't give us how to teach Indonesian language with the right method. That's all that I say. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The first speaker of the Aceh team spent on 5 minutes, 8 seconds, and stand off the for this motion, take it to your seat.